So we hear of word like पाप, lizard को मारा तो पाप, बिल्ली को मारा तो पाप. If you don't say your prayers, it's a sin. If you don't do namaz 5 days or 5 times a day, it's a sin. So many queries are there. What is sin? So let's understand what falls in the ambit of sin.
Anything that you do to destroy the design of the universe is a sin.
Okay.
Anything that is created by the universe and you have contributed to the destruction of that creation is a sin.
So this falls in the macrocosm, or you're talking about in cut across?
Obviously, that you can be sinning against yourself. You are also a creation. You're not taking care of your body. You're committing a sin. Your body has been beautifully designed by the universe and you are just doing what you wish, which ultimately is damaging your body.
Correct.
That's a sin.
What is your take on immorality, which is considered in society as sin? There are so many immoral acts we talk as sin or pap or guna. So what is immorality a sin?
Guna is crime.
I understand.
Yeah. And crime is defined by the human being. So in some societies, something is written that ye karoge to crime hai. But, for example, this example hurts many people. Marriage is created by human beings. It's written by the human society. Marriage was not created by the universe.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as marriage in the universal context. So you do anything against marriage, people will say you are immoral.
Correct.
Yeah. Or in the human judicial system, you can be prosecuted.
Correct.
Is it a sin? Religious people will tell you it is a sin because again in the religious ambit it is described what is expected of you in a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
In the universe, if you are destroying a person by doing whatever you do outside your marriage, then you are committing a sin.
Okay. So let's.
But in the universe, you have not destroyed anything by doing something which doesn't agree in the rules set by the society defining marriage.
So you took this example of crime.
Yeah.
So let us forget crime, we'll look at sin. And we say that you are trying to say that any immoral act is not part of the sin if it is not destroying the universe.
Immoral is a definition and a matter of opinion. What is immoral for your society may not be immoral in another society. For example, in the olden Indian society, sex before marriage was immoral.
Correct.
At the same time, during that time, sex before marriage in the other societies was not considered immoral. So immorality is a matter of opinion. When you're talking of sin, again, it's a matter of definition by the human society, sin. Anything that you do against the established laws of the universe comes in that inverted comma sin as defined by the human society.
So anything which destroys creation, let's say global warming or any breaking of landscapes.
Let me tell you in very simple terms, there are laws of the universe, law of order.
Correct.
Law of cause and effect. For example, I have a coconut or I have a fruit and I plant the seed and I create a fruit. Now I do genetic engineering and I do modification of the original structure, genetic modification. That I would consider as a sin because you're tampering with the nature's design.
Nature's design.
And you may say it's a scientific progress of the human brain, which is fine. But if it was so, then it would have happened naturally. Or you're putting fertilizer in the soil, enhancing the structure of the output for your monetary benefit. I would consider that as a sin.
So I see you're trying to tell everybody that committing a sin as per the laws of the universe is the right way of looking at things. But I am very curious to know, there are people who commit sins. There are people who just follow norms. So do we commit sins as per our debt of karma, or it happens in spite of that?
Some people follow norms and commit sin.
Okay.
So there is a norm. that if you don't fall in line with our line of thinking, I will chop your head off.
Okay.
He's following the norm, but he's committing a sin.
Okay. No, I'm not talking
He
about.
doesn't consider cutting off somebody's head as a sin. He considers it as part of his duty. His obligation as a human being belonging to a certain class of people who believe chopping head is normal.
Okay. So it's not part of our debt of karmas.
It is a karma. You're doing a karma. What is karma? Karma is
No, I'm saying past karma. Let me.
if he has not chopped anybody's head in the past, there is no past karma. If he's chopping head now, it is present karma which will affect his future.
Okay. Now, suppose if there is a person who is who hangs people as a profession. Now, doesn't it come as a debt of his past karma or that profession, or it happens that he creates a?
What is the connection with sin?
Because that will be a sin, no?
No, that's not a sin. That's duty.
That's duty.
That's duty. He has been appointed for that purpose. Now he has a choice to refuse that kind of work. And he has a choice to sustain himself. He doesn't have any capability of doing any other job. And this is the job on offer, so he takes that job. He's sustaining himself by doing a job. He's not the one who is passing the order to hang somebody. That hanging somebody is a punishment given by a human being according to the rules framed by the human society. He's only following the society's norms. He's not one responsible for the killing of the person.
Okay. Now let us come to your word crime, which
Not my word.
no,
your
you
word.
have meaning. You said crime. So, if crime, as per society, societies, should be considered as a sin, if it is destroying the universe, then for that, what should be the justice?
Justice is a highly misunderstood terminology. Justice is a matter of convenience.
Okay.
You see many of the judgments that come from official courtrooms. They don't appeal to the masses, but they appeal to whoever has written the framework of the rules. They appeal to the people who are sitting in the seat of judgment. So justice is subjective.
Okay. And what is the universal justice that the universe will do?
Whatever is happening to you at every point of time in your life is justice.
As we have understood sin, what falls in the ambit of sin, how do we rectify if we have committed a sin?
Realization. What is committed cannot be rectified.
Okay.
You can't go back in time and redo things which were not properly done. So, for whatever you have done, there will be an effect which you should be mentally prepared to receive. Sometimes you can't correlate the cause and the effect. So, whatever is happening to you right now is the right thing that is happening, and you should learn to accept that. That's one part. Second part, you should learn from your mistakes of the past and not repeat them so that your subject of sin does not multiply.
So,
The famous thing of Shishupal in Mahabharata, Shambar,
the
100 sins and
I got to say.
Sartan se juda.
Okay. So it is better that we learn from the way we learn from our mistakes. We have to learn from our earlier sins.
Sin is a mistake.
Okay.
A mistake done against the universe is a sin. A mistake done against each other or with myself may or may not be a sin. I did a mistake of eating the wrong foods.
Correct.
For a sustained period of time. I've committed a sin against the body. I ate wrong food once. Okay, I realized I ate the wrong food, and from next time I won't eat the wrong.
So you change for the better.
Maybe I have not committed the sin. I have not damaged the body. I smoked one puff of a cigarette because somebody said try it. That's not going to damage my lungs.
Okay.
I realized that this is not for me and I stopped doing it. So I rectified my mistake and didn't commit a sin. I smoked cigarette for 1 year and damaged my lungs, a creation of the universe. I committed a sin. So this subject is a sensitive subject because from childhood we have been trained to believe by our religious upbringing that certain things are sins. So we must understand mistakes versus sins. Anything that you do against the universal creation is a sin. Anything that you do as a matter of norm or social tradition or rules framed by man may or may not be sin.